try to do this as a team here because I can't really
can't
really swing a hammer with this hand. So
sure.
what
You got a hammer?
Yep.
Okay, let's put the cam in. I'm kidding. What?
So you take the hammer.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold this, and I'm gonna watch here, and then you just
right here.
Yeah, right on my wrist because I don't need that anymore.
Okay. Well, let me get a feel for how.
Yeah. Okay, stop.
I can feel it bouncing, kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it might be. I think I might have.
Is there a shoulder in there? Does it come out this way for sure?
Yeah. If you look in there. Flashlight's over here. I'm trying to learn where all your stuff is. Yeah. If you look, there's nothing there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Great. So it takes. I just want to make sure it's not hitting. Actually, it's actually the bearing. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do this, and then we want to snug this guy up. I might have to snug this up. So hold that in. Hold the, and then so I can try and twist this. It might be that it's just not tight enough in the bearing. Okay. Hold on. Let me get a crescent wrench.
Yeah, up two.
So that'll make it easier to just, because this needs to be snugged up. Okay. So hold, if you can.
Okay, hold it now?
Yeah, if you can hold that from spinning.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm going to try and snug this guy up. So because I think that might be part of why it feels like it's bouncing, because it's just not snug in the bearing. You know what? Maybe do this. Here, you hold it, and let me try swinging it this way, because I have a better feel for if I've done this before. That does not feel. It feels like iron.
Right, like it's bouncing.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not feel like. It does not feel like. I mean, you have to. They do take a little bit to get them moving, but that feels and sounds like iron. So I'm concerned that it's actually hitting the block. I'm going to shove this back a little bit. And looking for the flashlight. That's some zany jazz. There's
sure.
a tune next door. That's stuff that's just like.
Like, how do you relax listening to that?
How do you even...
Look at the dog. That dog's like a cat.
Whoa!
Just scales everything.
So it's definitely not... It's not hitting the block.
Yeah, it's probably just...
It's probably...
It's like seated against that.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going past the shoulder in the iron.
Just gonna snug that up some.
Let me whack it.
Here, hang on. Just a little bit. Yeah, hit it.
Yeah, it's moving.
There you go. Yeah, see, it just takes a little bit to...
That bounced.
Okay, so... No, I think we're good. I just want to check it and just make sure. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, wait. I think we're fine. It's just, yeah. They are press fit, so they do have to. Takes them a little bit to get them moving, but oh, now I see what the problem is. Let's pull it out.
Okay.
We have to take this washer off now. That's what your problem is.
Yeah.
That washer is kind of backed up now. There's a smaller one. It's just because this tool is. That's sort of my fault because I should have put the smaller
Gotcha.
Washer. You just have to have a washer to back these up because these are like individual.
Little chunks.
They're like quarters, right?
Right.
So, and that was just Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was my fault. This thing doesn't really have instructions, and we're men anyway, so.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you just want to make sure everything that's gonna go through there is not bigger than.
Yeah, maybe that is the instructions.
I looked at
Still
them. They were. No, I took them out actually. I actually did glance at them, and
Well, that's how we do. We just figure it out, and we look at the instructions once we have a problem, or once we break something.
It's basically for those watching at home. It's basically a big warning, safety instructions because the attorneys have to have their say, and a description of the tool and the package contents.
Yes.
They assume you
Written
know what you're doing.
Written in poor English and
I
grammar.
I didn't even apply my grammatical
Policing.
policing to it. Don't get me started on that. Can you hold the end of that so I can just snug this up, because it works best when it's snug in there, but not. Especially when we're doing the new ones, you want to. Yeah, and I can definitely feel now that it's like not, like it's got clearance. So go for it.
All right. Yep, it's moving.
And you're done with that one.
Scrap.
Okay, through, and we're gonna have to change that to a bigger one for the next one, because Mopar's the rear one's really small.
Okay. Yeah.
And this, wow, that's pretty toast. Look how worn that is.
So
That's
this is where oil pressure is.
yeah. This is the bottom side where because you got to remember the lifters and the valve springs and everything are pushing down. So yeah, it's rethrashed.
Put it in the camera.
Put it in the camera.
Put it in.
Probably can't see that very well.
But I think you're wrong.
So we want to probably go to
How do you do this?
So-
I'll watch you do this one.
this. Well, I haven't figured this part out yet because
That one was on there already?
yeah, it was on there. So I have to
Interesting.
try to, without instructions,
Yeah.
figure out exactly how this comes apart. Interesting. Yeah, this was in the box like this. Okay, that's how you do it. You kind of pry it. Yeah, so this is the expander that goes in the different, how would I call it? Yeah, so I'm not sure what you call it. Mandrel, I guess.
Mandrel, yeah.
So we obviously you want to get the one that's closest to the size, so you're not stretching it way out. So this one's going to be the next size.
Let me move this camera closer.
And this guy just setup here. I can't, technically I could put the cone on there. I typically don't. I'm taking out the old ones, or I should say didn't, since I don't really do this that much anymore. So you were asking about the diameter. Actually, you know what I want to do? Just because I want to just verify that this thing is not going to mess up the bore. I'm going to measure one of your the new cam bearing. The OD. Is this the cam bearings or the
C?
Sometimes these aren't super round until you get them.
See if the cups want to come out. Turn this off.
Honestly, don't know if it matters, but I should have looked at it before we flip this over.
Ah, we can flip it. It's made to flip.
I've always wondered. I don't know. Go ahead and let's turn it over. I want to just look at something.
Awesome.
And I don't know if it matters. It would be interesting if somebody who knows more than I do can explain the clocking of the bushing for the distributor / oil pump drive shaft. Because this one, I don't know if you want to.
Clocking?
So there's a groove. There's there's grooves on the top.
I didn't think it mattered. I thought that was just to pick up oil.
Yeah. I don't know if I've never documented it, and I don't know. This one's probably been replaced, but I don't know. Maybe since you're posting this on YouTube, if somebody in the comments,
There you go.
saying if someone knows better, does it matter which way those go? The two slots on the top and the one that's actually down in the bushing? Probably not, but who knows?
Yeah, I figured it was just to grab some oil as it goes around.
Yeah, probably, but it's one of those questions that pops into my head sometimes.
Sure.
All right. So I just wanted it. Yeah. So it's basically kind of pointing this way. I don't know. We'll maybe try to put it back the way it went. So I want to take out the bushing. So we're gonna have to do that from. I just have this tool. It's just like a 1/4 inch.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that grabs the edge of it.
No, that's the end that you pound on. This just kind of it goes through where the shaft would be, and then you just catch the edge of it and tap it out. And
I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in this thing to just get it right. So you want to flip the motor right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deal with your engine stand. There you go. And watch your toes.
I hate when it falls out.
I was gonna say, where's the pin? But you have it in your hand. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Who's beeping?
I don't know. I don't know if somebody's backing up or if it's
Shoot him. So you
an
want a ball peen hammer?
alarm.
Or you use your brass or what?
That doesn't really matter.
I feel like
Probably
that
like
rod
a small ball peen probably is good.
That rod will
So I don't know. You can see. I don't know if the camera would pick that up. But if you look down there, you can see how there's the edge. You can see the edge of the bushing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I go down, and actually, if you look from here, you can actually see the bushing. I just rest it.
I see.
Like that,
Nice.
and then. Trying carefully not to damage the bore in the block, and there it goes. It's on the floor.
You know what's weird, dude?
What? It looks new?
It's aluminum.
Yeah, I was noticing the color of it as well, and I'm like, that's...
I've never seen aluminum.
Yeah, they're usually...
They're bronze, right?
Actually, excuse me. I think I've seen them that color.
That's aluminum.
That
for
might
sure.
Be a factory one. I don't know.
Wow.
Or yeah, it's hard to say.
That door's closed now.
Excellent.
All right.
So
In the scrap bucket.
now we can flip this guy over because we're gonna use the tool here. The official tool to install the new one.
Shall we cleanse that?
Yeah, you can clean that out a little bit just to make sure there's no gunk down in there. Do you want a flashlight?
Yeah, I can see. I do want this. Cleansed.
Excellent. And we want to just check to make sure that we're going to use this guy. And
What's that tool?
We just want to make sure.
Explain the tool.
We just want to make sure that the nut is backed off so it doesn't hit because we're going to bottom it out. So this is the official.
So this press.
Yeah,
essentially.
It's a Miller SP 1200, which is the official.
Good stuff, Miller. Right.
The official Mopar. Tool supplier, as I understand it. This was, I don't know how long ago I got this, but a long time ago. Most of you are probably familiar with this, maybe not.
I've never seen one.
Oh, well.
I use it. I've used a punch and a hammer in the past.
Ah, well, this is way better. So it's got the collet here that sits where the distributor goes, so it lines it up. Put that guy on there, and it's a little bit awkward to get this down in here and not drop the bushing on the floor.
You want it dry? You don't put any WD-40?
You could probably put some WD-40 on it.
Everything works better with a little lube.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
we can
my
do
saying.
that. If you want to spray a little down in there, I've never
Glorp.
really worried about it. I'm going to attempt to put this, so I don't know. People haven't seen this. This drives it in, lines it up, and then you use the big nut to pull this back through, and it actually burnishes the bushing to the correct size. Because there are 2 little ridges there, and it's precisely machined to be the correct size. I think that was given to me as a gift by my old-time Mopar buddy who is no longer with us. I believe that's where I got it. So, get that centered up there. Oh, this is a little snug. Usually it just snaps in. Maybe there's a little rust on it. Oh, yeah. There we go. So it holds it nice and square. And then
Proceed to whack it.
Yeah, you want to. I'll hold it since I can't really hammer with this hand because it's messed up.
And you want to use this, not
we can use yeah. I mean, it just because it doesn't. It's not going to mess up the
tool. Okay.
The tool. So you're going to just pound that in until it bottoms. You'll feel it and probably hear it. That's it. You can hear cast iron at that point.
Yep.
Then you're going to need the big crescent wrench, which I think I might have put away. Here. This one's big enough. Probably. That one and that. That one is a, I'm going to guess 9/16. Let's see, do I win the prize? Oh, fail. 5/8. Actually, that's. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Hang on. It is 9/16. I was right. I was just lame. Okay. So then we just go. This. Let's just fix it. A little bit of time. It's kind of weird to try to do it. You want to do one or the other? You're just gonna spin that around.
This is backing the shaft out.
Yeah, it's pulling that shaft, and if the theoretically that bushing should have shrunk the inside diameter, and what this does is it
sure.
No, I use the term
recorrects it.
I use the term burnish. I don't know if that's the correct term. I think maybe broaching is probably the correct term.
So,
it's been a long time since I was actually a machinist, so my brain's been filled with other terms.
Other useless information.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like there's much resistance. No. You know, and it depends on the block and the bushing. Who knows how accurately these bushings are. I think we're done.
We're clear.
Yeah, we're done.
We're home.
So
nice. There it is.
So hopefully it's not. Doesn't look like it. Kind of curious to see if it looks shiny at all.
Nothing exciting, however. We can get a view of it.
Proper tool for the job. If you decide, it looks like it might have made a couple little shiny spots.
Yeah, we can see that in there.
But yeah, if you're interested and you're going to do a lot of Mopars, small block and big block, Miller SP 1200.
I'll put it in the description. SP 1200.
Don't know if they're still available.
Right. Almost lunchtime.
Yeah. Should we break?
You hungry? Let's do it. It's a good spot.
Yeah, and then we can chow down, and then we can do cam bearings, and then.
All right, we're nourished, ready to proceed with cam bearing installation. We got to get our Ferrofix first, though. Whole gang's out here. Right. Grazie. Okay. Sharpie. For clocking positions, eh?
Oil holes. Yes.
All right. Is that what they call that? Clocking? What do they call
Yeah,
it? Indexing? Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. If you want to be like, indexing sounds much more lofty.
Right? You sound like an engineer and not just a mechanic.
Yeah. Exactly. So I like to try to.
Your whole light?
Maybe, yeah. Let's, you know what I forgot? Do you have a little mirror? I forgot I have a little dental mirror that I normally...
I do.
So you can see where the hole is? Because you can see where the, obviously kind of in general where it is, but I like to put a little mark where...
Does it need to be on a stick?
It's best if it is. But...
Brian has those that we can go get.
Oh, well, that might be the hot ticket then.
Because all I have is that my wife donated.
Oh, actually, that might work. Because see what I'm trying to do here is see where. Let me put this down because too many things in there.
And hold it. Illumination.
I am trying to. See, we try to illuminate the mirror a little bit too. So what I'm trying to do is.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
What I want to try to do is backwards, so it's a little bit of a mind bender.
Right.
Because everything's upside down.
Okay. Let me get video on that because I've watched a lot of videos on cam bearing installation. Never have I seen it done like this. So this is kind of a cool thing.
So I don't know if you can see the mirror.
We can see it.
I'm just trying to put a little mark so that you can kind of see that's where the middle of the hole is. It's, you know, eyeballing. Doesn't have to be precise, but it does need to be lined up.
And then you can see the mark you made on the top side.
Yeah.
Where the bearing is. Excellent.
And
cool. That's a cool technique.
And you can also
move this closer, I think.
Also do a mark like that. Basically.
So as it's going in, you can see.
Well,
right?
we'll see in a second here when we. Well, we have to change the. We have to swap the tool for the small.
Yes.
Mineral. Which I'm going to do right now. So just loosen up so that we can slide that off. And then put this guy through here. You need to get the mirror out of the way at that point. It's a little bit of an obstruction. I forgot about that part, but it made itself pretty apparent. So then what we're gonna do is, and you could actually, the smart thing for me to do would have been to do this part out here. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Just to put this on here, snug it up so it's. You can also, if you line it up so it's next to one of the.
Yeah. Right.
So one of the. What would you call that? Parting lines, I guess, of the wedges on the tool. You can kind of use that to help you sight it. Line it all up. And then you can see.
Yep.
Lined up.
Lined up. Whack it.
Yeah, except right now we have the problem of, like, I really can't swing a hammer with this hand because
it's all right.
My hand is foobarred right now. So what you want to do is hold that, make sure this stays tight. Give it a good like thwack, like once, just to set the bearing in there. Okay, now what we can do is just double check it, make sure it looks like it didn't, you know, move. It looks good to me. Basically, you can almost see, it almost looks like the same line, almost like we drew it at the same time.
Right.
So
excellent. Let's say we messed it up. Let's say it rotated. What would we do? How would we? We'd have to.
You could theoretically turn it around and knock it back out, but only in an extreme case.
So proceed.
Go for it. It sounds good. I'm sure you can kind of tell if it feels good, you know, in terms of like it's not not iron or something like that. And I'm gonna just keep going.
It's definitely getting tighter.
Yeah, well, you've got more surface area. That's the more of the bearing that goes in. Okay, so let's just stop.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes, depending on the block, what we want to do now is loosen this guy a little bit and just gently pull it back. And just what I like to do is look, see where the oil hole is, and that's, yeah, we can go a little bit further. I don't know if the camera would pick that up.
So are you looking in the reflection of the bearing?
I'm actually looking down the hole,
so
and you can actually see.
You see the bearing material in the outer?
Oh yeah.
Is that normal or?
It happens sometimes.
It didn't look didn't look right to me, but you would know better.
That's probably because there's not really a chamfer there. That's very good.
Okay.
But
put the light on. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, we could have probably put I mean, I don't know that a little WD-40 would do anything with that, but the problem with the machining on these blocks is a lot of times, you know, they're a little rough, so you might get a sharp edge. You know, if we had the ability to hot tank this thing, we probably could have gone in there with some kind of sanding roll, but that's a pretty tough place to get at. But I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. I mean, it's press fit, you know, it's not like it's loose or anything like that.
Well, and as long as the cam goes in and spins freely, we're good. That's the way I see it.
So I'm gonna snug this, or I'll hold this. See if you can. So, yeah. So hit it. And actually, I like to sometimes rotate. There we go.
Sure.
So I'm gonna watch the oil hole from here.
Okay.
And it's pretty close to being in the center. One more. Stop. I think we're good. Yeah. So it's pretty much centered in the hole. It's a little bit towards the rear, but it doesn't matter as long as it's not blocked. So that one's done.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to blast this with an air hose when we're done because it does have those little chips. Trying to decide what the best way to do this is. Maybe if you can hold the light, because what I want to try and do is I'm trying to figure out how to get. See, because we have
that one's there,
so that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to deal with this one too, but you kind of, and actually, sometimes these are not clocked the same. They're not clocked accurately from here to here compared to the cam bearings. So it's kind of nice if you can. Actually, you know what? We're not going to be able to see that mark. So I guess what we should just do is do the one and try to get it really
So
close.
Does the bearing that goes in there have 2 holes in it?
Technically, it actually has 3. It's this one. So because
yeah, it does.
Because you have an oil hole supply.
Mm-hmm.
So the oil comes comes from the oil galley to here, comes from the pump, goes to the main bearing, and then it also goes up to the cam bearing. And it also goes on this side through that hole up to the rockers on this side. And this one, if you go back there, that has a hole there, which supplies the rockers on that side. So rather than make, they put the holes, 3 holes on it, so it's not two different part numbers. I think.
Gotcha.
Right. If I look at this one and read the engraved part number, I'm assuming it's the same. Actually, this is very interesting because no, those are different numbers because the diameters are different. So quite frankly, I'm not sure why they do. Maybe I don't know why they would do that. That's very interesting because this number 4 is going to be here. I think every time. I don't think they don't go that direction. There's not an oil hole on this side.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not, quite frankly, who knows why they do that. Maybe their tooling is just set up that way and they just, I don't know.
Or maybe that particular bearing is for multiple applications.
Could be.
They also use in something else.
Could be, yeah. So,
okay.
We'll do what we did here, which is nice line there. And how's that one? Feels
Clean to me.
Yep. And then where did our mirror go?
Right here.
Because I am gonna have to do this. If it'll fit. Pretty challenging fitting this in here. We may have to get a smaller mirror.
Right. Yeah. Let me go hit Brian up.
Okay.
He's got some cool stuff. You had to tell me some stuff, so that's why it took so long.
That's like what I have at home. I had a much smaller one that I accidentally smashed. I think I was working on something very.
Hey, maybe this will work for you? Oh no, you play with it. You turn it around. It's facing the wrong way now.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work. How did you get that in there?
I feel sleepy after I ate that sandwich.
Yeah. It's that whole blood sugar thing.
Get it turned around?
Doesn't really fit very well. So let me see. Yeah, there's more space back here. So, and this has got like welding slag all over it, or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's what he said.
And it pretty much doesn't really help.
Gotcha. Well, we can grind that thing down.
Let's just see. Yeah, this thing. It would be, yeah, it's just a little bit too.
Where do we need to modify it? Do
Well,
we
it just needs to be narrower.
some material off both sides?
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
It's always good to have 2 sets of eyes on some of this stuff. And this one just has 1 hole, so we don't have any of this other stuff to mess with. In terms of the rocker shaft oiling, that's the next one. Keep setting this flashlight down in different spots, so I don't know where I put it. mean, that looks good.
Assuming we're going to use this cone.
Yeah, we're gonna continue using the same setup.
And it comes up.
It's
Yeah, it's probably better to put it on there and put some tension on it. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rotate.
Yeah. Snug it up some. There you go. That's probably good. And flashlight.
Let there be light. Yeah.
That looks
good. Hold that nut.
okay.
Turn it.
Okay, that's good. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. But
Oh, it does.
yeah, snug it a little bit more. Oh, never mind. That's good.
Okay. Are we ready to commence with the smacking?
Go for it. Hit it.
Let's do it.
Okay, stop for a sec. I just wanted to just double check it. I think it'll be okay. Just want to make sure it didn't rotate. Felt like.
I don't think it did. Marks are still.
That looks golden to me. There, so. But like I said, you can, if you just get the leading edge in there. If it's like, oh, you can always correct it. But no, it looks good to me.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Snug it a little bit. Just a teeny bit. Okay. That was a good one. Yeah, it's bouncing back a little bit. You still got a good 1/8 of an inch probably to go.
Okay.
If you can, try to hold this a little bit snug forward so that because what I'm seeing is it's hitting and it's bouncing back. You want to try to, for lack of a better term, control that recoil a little bit. Let's just check the depth there and just see what it looks like. That looks pretty good from here if you want to look at that.
Well, it looks spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So here. And the thing you'll notice is sometimes the cam bearings, one way or the other, it's like it's not flush with the webbing, but you know the oil hole's lined up. So I just want to see. Oops. Yeah, it looks good.
It does, huh? That one looks good.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, like when you look at the old ones, you can see it's not necessarily the wear; it's offset. So you know, the cam bearing sometimes it's not in there. Like I said, it's not 100% lined up with the webbing. Answer this text really quick. It was about that long, and you could hold it, and you could just hit it and get it squared up, and then at least I seem to have pretty good success with it.
So we almost need one of those rod protection things, like when you're whacking in
Yeah.
pistons.
Mm-hmm.
It could be done. It could be done.
So, all right. So, carefully pull that because we're gonna need. Actually, will the cone fit? Oh. So that's kind of the whole purpose of it is like so that you can use this to line it up, right?
You want make sure your bar is true in there.
Mm-hmm. And this guy just doesn't fit.
We'll modify it. Let me see that.
Break it.
Force it.
Wow.
It fits, dude.
It must be that whole like lack of sleep problem that I had.
Yeah. I think it's because your glasses are thicker than mine.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we want to flip it to market, or how do you want to go about that?
You know, no, not necessarily. Let's do this. Let's set this down so it doesn't roll across the floor. Because the oil hole's like right here, so we can actually see. Yeah, but how are we gonna line it up? See, I'm used to doing them from the front. Which...
Well, you could put the mark where it usually goes, then you would just look at it from the bottom. I'll put my head under there and make sure it's clocked right.
I'm just looking at some of these. I guess that's okay. Sure, I have a ton of confidence in this tool. Yeah, I mean we can.
You know what I'm saying? We'll mark it as normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go underneath to make sure the lines are lined up before we whack it in.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Okay.
So flip it to market. This stand ain't tipping over.
I know.
Hell's
Gotta love a 4-leg engine stand. Awesome. Getting a little cosmetic mirror here, which is now serving a much.
That's my wife's contribution to my hobby.
That's good.
Plus, she lets me do it. So
Well, yeah.
I
was gonna say, in addition to the patience of you being in the garage,
dealing with my mess.
Now there are worse things you can be involved in. That's for sure.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm making ramen.
Making lunch? Or I mean breakfast?
Do you want to grab me a ramen packet so I don't get in the...
You don't want the world to see you?
Do you want to be in the...
You don't want to be the
Does it
subject
look
of
like I'm
comments?
ready to be... I just got out of the shower.
That's
I
okay.
just woke up.
This is what my kids live on.
It's okay, there are some people in the world that don't shower. So.
I don't like this brand. Oh well.
Well, that's
Well.
That's what we got.
Thank you.
I only had 49 cents. What can I say?
Alright. Alright. Let's go. Forgot to let... If you want to check that and see what it looks like to you. I took the mirror out though. I would rather have a second set of eyes on it. Bless the marking.
Perfect.
Bless the marking.
Bless you.
Oh, and I wanted to. This one, particularly those, all the other ones look like they were reasonably clean. This one is not. So I want to blast this with a little bit of. I don't know why I'm walking out here to do this.
Yeah, why are you going out there? You don't want to make a clean spot in here?
I don't know. I want someone to see me do it so I can get in trouble. Actually, no, that's 50 state stuff, so. Purchased legally at O'Reilly's.
I'll be back to clean up my mess.
Yeah, sure you will.
I won't. It's all yours.
All right,
Alright,
here we go.
so now I got that. Well, now I gotta just mark it. I just needed to. It was, for some reason, this one was dirty. So, it's been cleansed by petrochemicals.
Okay. Part 2 is over here. Now we're getting some summer weather finally, huh?
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. So it's gonna have to. This whole thing is gonna have to be assembled from underneath.
Same cone?
Yeah, it'll be fine. So.
Not. Are you serious?
Yeah, because I think what it did is it checked the next. So here's the next size up.
Oh.
No good.
No es bueno.
We have to snug it up. So what we're gonna need to do is
Throw it in there.
it's gonna have to go up through here
I'm on it.
and thread that on.
Doesn't fit through the
Oh, so
through
did
the
we just
crank access.
let's really?
Yeah. It's not gonna happen, dude.
Get the grinder. No. Okay.
It's going in through the front.
Yep, it is. Okay.
I have seen that done.
I've done it
And
myself.
I'm sure you've done it yourself.
I've
Yes.
done it myself a lot.
All right.
And
Such for my idea.
well,
Let's flip it over though.
yeah. I mean, it's brainstorming.
Oh well. It was a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not like we're gonna lose the shop because we have to put the bearing in from the front. That was terrible. Yeah, that was bad.
Look at this mess that guy made. He doesn't even pour these out on a rag. What a sloppy bachelor.
Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh no, my glove. So, what we need to do is figure out. I have to use this guy. What I'm thinking is, since the bolt assortment is out, maybe
You know what I got?
what we can do.
Got zero problem whacking that thing because we haven't even used it once in this whole
Yeah.
process. So that's obviously going to be its use from
And-
here out.
And you're not going to start working on straight eights or anything
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right. Which I think that's what that's for, right? So you can reach all the way into a
Big-
straight.
Mm-hmm. It is a universal tool, so.
Right. Let's pound on it.
So let's just. Let's see. So I wonder if we need to do a two-person job here, like where try to hold it and then you smack it. And we need to kind of eyeball it as to whether or not it looks like it is square. That's why I kind of put that chamfer, added that chamfer.
You know, it'd be interesting.
What's that?
I don't know. Is it? maybe this is a stupid thought, but I'm wondering if you could see where the bubble is. So it's gonna always go to
It's
the
gonna
high
go to
side.
the max.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Well, I think they call that spitballing.
Well, yeah.
So I can see kind of this way that it looks good, and then from there, does it look kind of?
You gotta go up on the stick. It's like it's not parallel. It's gotta go up like that.
So that, I'm going by the. Now that looks to me, just looking at the bearing.
Well, how about this?
What's that? What?
See if you can make it parallel to this.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see. Do it this way. There you go.
Wow. I think it's going to center itself to a certain extent.
Right. Actually, I can see it from here. Just want to get the chamfer started, and that way it'll find home. Right?
Let's take this off.
It's definitely a risky.
It is.
Do you ever put lube on this surface?
You can. A little bit.
Maybe it's late now because it's just going to squeegee it off. That's fine. It's finding its way around.
Don't be afraid of it.
I am afraid of it.
Well, you've done 4 more. You've done 4 before
Right.
this, so
This is
it's,
more.
but it's started now. I mean, it's going to do what it's going to do at this point. So
That's all wrong. Take them out, do it again.
Says the guy that didn't tighten his cam thrust plate bolts.
Right. I'm looking for someone to blame on that.
there's a mirror right there.
Exactly.
That's a good one. I'm glad we're getting these recorded.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Share.
Share and share alike.
Okay, let me see.
I think you just called me a pussy by taking over. Look at him. It's going in nice and
You gotta
straight. Yeah.
You gotta not be afraid of it. That's why I was saying you've done 4 of them before this, so
Or what you eat.
it's. I don't have a lot of confidence in this tool in this situation. Should have brought my gloves, my other gloves that have padding. I want to snug this up. When I can't move this hand tomorrow, I'm gonna text you with my other hand. And God damn it!
All right. That's fine. I'll be glad to read anything you send me.
Trying to swing from my elbow. So part of the problem with this thing, the one that I used to use back in the day when I did this was steel, so it had some meat to it. So
Right.
when you hit it,
Yeah.
it would kind of have almost like momentum to it. This thing is almost like it's absorbing too much of the.
And now he just called me a cheapskate for buying a Chinese cam tool. That's all right.
What's happening here?
What's happening?
Okay.
So it needs to go in a little further. I don't know that it's not square. Just a little bothersome to me.
Shit.
Just want it to be flush, or a little bit below flush, because the cam thrust plate has to sit there.
The world doesn't know he grenaded it.
You don't need those. Just take it and put it in the garbage. It'll lighten up the motor.
I can actually go a little further. Oh, how I wish we had a shaft.
Right.
So we could test these.
Be nice.
We will find out eventually. We'll have to see how we did. Just a little more. Alright. Well, the suspense will be killing me. If we don't. Wait, what, like 2 months? Or something for the cam to show up? Hopefully maybe they'll surprise you. And it'll show up early.
When's it due?
I think the guy said 11 weeks.
Oh, shit.
And that was, I don't know,
A couple of weeks ago, right? Or something like that?
At
Or I don't
least,
know. Yeah, it was, no, it might have been before I was going on vacation.
not quite a month ago.
Oh,
Alright,
Let's just finish this whole motor and we'll put the cam in with it in the car.
right.
that's when the cam won't spin. And then you'll be like, what do I do now? Other than cry.
So, I'm just thinking of worst case scenario. When you have a problem, you put the cam in, there's a problem, it's binding or whatever. What are your options at that point?
You find the high spot and you use your handy dandy bearing
That's it?
scraper and
Okay.
kind of gently carve away some of the soft babbitt material
Okay.
and blow it out and try the cam again.
Okay.
It's not a perfect science, but
Well, it doesn't sound too bad. I was imagining like, oh, you have to whack that bearing out and
you'd have
buy
to,
another set.
You'd have to
but
really foobar it a lot, I think, before you'd have to do that.
How many times has that happened in your career building motors?
I think I might have screwed up like 1 or 2 cam bearings, like to the point where it's like, oh, we need another one.
Okay.
Fine. Not bad.
Right.
And sometimes the cam, I've actually even gotten cams that work like it would turn and then bind, and then it's like you check it, it's like this thing's not straight.
The cam itself.
Yeah. It's like, well, no wonder it binds part way. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're pretty rigid. But you know, they'd have to get pretty mishandled, I think, to get bent. But yeah, I mean, I don't remember how many times I had to massage them. But
Right.
enough that I'm not worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
So the only other thing is the alignment on this one looks good. Yeah, it's almost 100% perfect. This one's 80. That's good. This one's good. That one's good. So we have to deal with, and that one's really good. So we need to look at the rocker.
Cut this one.
Yeah, both of these are a little bit. It's just not really how I. Doesn't have enough of a hole showing.
So there's no harm in running the bit through them, right?
I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah. To flip it.
So why don't we do?
Or you want to do these?
Do half. Do it like this. Let's go this way. Like that. And
Let's rotate this so we can get a
yeah.
video shot of it. Boy.
Oh, you want to do it that way? Okay.
Right, you're gonna cut from this side?
Yeah. But you're gonna try and like show the cam bearing, but that's fine. So, do you have? You ever drill with those?
Variable?
Yeah, like variable. It's not very powered.
Alright, when I'm drilling, I like a corded drill.
I thought maybe it was going to say Tesla on the side of it or something.
No. Not for me. I'll pass. Well, we're doing a couple of these. We could do one on this side and then video from the other side. Right.
And then when I'm done with this, if you have any cavities,
I do. I have some problems.
this one has a lot of power, I can tell. So, let's see what I'm doing though. So, like in terms of, basically I kind of want to stand here and look over, so. So you gotta be careful and just like let the drill follow the oil hole, and this thing is just barely long enough. It's got like a half an inch.
That's all you need though, right?
Yeah, just a teeny bit. Yeah, so you're definitely in for a cleaning job.
Sure.
So yeah, this one's way off. Oh, it's just busting through. I can feel it. Okay. Hold on me. And it is gonna make a little burr, which I'm gonna use the
Right.
scraper
Okay.
on. And yeah, it is messy, but yeah, you're gonna have to hose this thing down and blow the crap out of it.
Okay. So which one we do now?
So
One of these,
it's gonna be number 4. It's gonna be on this side. Years ago, bought a special drill bit just for this purpose. Tells you it's enough time
Right.
that it's not me
It's
putting the cam bearings in wrong.
Right? Yeah, this is a common issue. Alright, hopefully we got it in there. Let's see.
And actually, technically, I didn't put the cam bearings in.
Right? The beginner did.
You can blame it on me.
Alright.
What is happening? I'm about to break free. I
Seeing
think.
a little material come through, but it's just, you gotta tighten the chuck.
Oh, I'm spinning.
It's a useless keyless chuck where you can't ever get the appropriate amount of torque on that.
Yeah, especially when your hands are messed up like mine are right now. There we go. It was close to breaking through. So now it's got a full oil hole.